Teacher talking sports, what it does, what it do, how we live. And when Sean Payton's comments came out a few days back where he blasted Nathaniel Hackett and the New York Jets, my first thought was I want to see if Aaron Rodgers is going to respond. Of course, Aaron Rodgers is quite fond of Nathaniel Hackett. Hackett was his offensive coordinator with the Packers from 2019 to 2021. Of course, didn't do the best job with the Denver Broncos last season. Russell Wilson easily had the worst season of his career, first season with Denver. Sean Payton basically said that the Broncos tried to win the offseason last year, and this year the Jets are trying to do likewise, and basically was insinuating that they are not going to have a good season. Well, Robert Saleh responded. Billy Turner, who was an offensive lineman on the Broncos last year, now on the Jets, called them an effing bum. Randall Cobb had his thoughts, basically calling him the Bounty Gate coach. Here is Aaron Rodgers responding, though. This is via James Palmer, Twitter, national correspondent for NFL Network. Here is Aaron Rodgers' comments about Sean Payton and his comment about Nathaniel Hackett this week. Let's take a listen.
I'm not going to ask you about Sean Payton's comments directly, but I will ask you to maybe address Nathaniel Hackett as a coach and what he means to you and what he can bring to this Jets team. That story goes out there. I had about 1 million texts from people in the coaching community saying that was out of line. Yet you see Hackett out here, he's still pumped up. I don't think it affects him as much as maybe it affects everyone on the outside. And yet you and him have this great bond and union together where you've always had his back, he's always had yours.
Yeah, I love Nathaniel Hackett, and those comments were very surprising. For a coach to do that to another coach, my love for Hack goes deep. We had
Definitely. I mean, well, what he said for another coach, just for a coach to say that about another coach, the NFL coaching, all the coaches, it's like a fraternity where they mostly look out for each other. So for Sean Payton to do that was definitely out of the ordinary.
some great years together in Green Bay, kept in touch. Love him and his family. He's an incredible family man, incredible dad. And on the field, he's arguably my favorite coach I've ever had in the NFL. Just his approach to it, how he makes it fun, how he cares about the guys, just how he goes about his business with respect, with leadership, with honesty, with integrity. And it made me feel bad that someone who's accomplished a lot in the league is that insecure that they have to take another man down to set themselves up for some sort of easy fall if it doesn't go well for that team this year. Thought it was way out of line and inappropriate, and I think he needs to keep my coach's names out of his mouth.
All right, and he ends with the strongest statement. He needs to keep my coach's names out of his mouth. Aaron Rodgers definitely not pleased with what Sean Payton had to say. One other thing I wanted to mention is I didn't understand why when he mentioned how the Jets were trying to win the off season, and he mentioned part of that was going on Hard Knocks. Well, it's fair. It's been fairly evident that the Jets did not want to go on Hard Knocks. It's not like they were trying to do it to get more exposure. It was kind of something they were almost forced into. They've made that clear. So I'm not sure why he brought that up, but they do play each other, Jets and Broncos, week 5. Will there be bad blood between the two teams? At the end of the game, will we see Robert Saleh shaking Sean Payton's hand? Will we see Nathaniel Hackett shaking Sean Payton's hand? It's going to be interesting, and definitely a game I want to check out. That'll be week 5. Anyhow, don't forget to subscribe. Tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend to subscribe. Like the video, share the video, hit the bell for notifications. I'm out.